Spawn and Batman are two of the most popular dark and greedy comic book characters of all time, but they have very different approaches to dealing with violence, redemption, and the nature of good and evil. Imagine a world where the devil can walk among us, and where the only thing standing between humanity and hell is a man who was once a killer. That's the world of Spawn, and it's a world that's full of complex themes that are both relevant and relatable to audiences of all ages. But what does Spawn have to teach us about the world we live in? And how does he compare to other dark and gritty comic book characters like Batman, our boy? In this video, we're going to explore the themes of violence, redemption, pain, mature themes, and the nature of good and evil in Spawn, and compare them to the same themes in Batman. We'll also discuss how these themes are relevant to our own lives and what we can learn from them. So here are the similarities between Batman and Spawn. Both are dark and gritty vigilantes who use violence to fight crime. Both have lost loved ones. Batman lost his parents and Spawn lost his wife Wanda, and this loss drives their motivation to fight crime. Both characters have a strong sense of justice, and they are willing to do whatever it takes to protect the innocent. And both characters have a complex relationship with the law. Now here's the differences between the two. Spawn is a supernatural character while Batman is a human character. Spawn is willing to kill criminals while Batman has a strict no-kill rule. Spawn is often consumed by his anger and rage while Batman is more disciplined and controlled. Spawn has a darker and more cynical view of the world than Batman. Now how are the themes of Batman and Spawn are relevant to our lives today? So Spawn and Batman teach us that violence is never the answer, but sometimes it is necessary to defend ourselves and others. They both teach us that it's always possible to change, even if we have made mistakes in the past. Hey, that's a very important rule right there, and a very important lesson too. They both teach us that pain is a part of life, but we can overcome it and become stronger. They both deal with complex, mature themes such as death, grief, and loss. These things can be difficult to deal with, but they're also important to talk about. Now, both Batman and Spawn teach us that the line between good and evil is not always clear. Sometimes even the best people can make mistakes, and sometimes even the worst people can do good things. Now, Batman and Spawn are two of the most complex and compelling comic book characters ever created. They teach us important lessons about violence, redemption, pain, and the nature of good and evil. These themes are relevant to audiences of all ages, and they can help us better to understand ourselves and the world around us. In my personal opinion, that's probably why we gravitate to these comics a lot. Spawn is a tragic and complex character. He is a man who's been through hell, both literally and figuratively. But even the darkest of times, he never gives up hope. He fights for what he believes in, even when it seems like the odds are against him. In a weird way, Spawn can also be a symbol of hope for those who are lost and alone. He shows us that even the worst of us can be redeemed. He teaches us that it's never too late to change. So who is the darker knight? Or are Batman and Spawn two sides of the same coin? Comment below, let me know. So if you're a fan of Spawn, Batman, or dark and greedy comic books in general, then you might just like this channel. And speaking of liking this channel, don't forget to check out ratedcomics.com for some really cool limited print exclusives to add to your comic book collection too. Lastly, this video is sponsored by coffee, so if you'd like to buy your boy a cup of coffee, link in description or donate to the Super Thanks. But the greatest compliment you guys can do is by liking this video and subscribing to Rated Comics YouTube channel. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.